what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the DX Camera Show. My name is Mike, aka Operation DX, and welcome to the 4th episode of PlanetBase. And hey, it looks like we just got an achievement. It's like a food achievement, and that kind of makes sense. We're pretty much overproducing food in the bio lab, and anytime that food replicator thingamabobber gets empty, the robot goes and fills it up. So yeah, we're doing pretty good on food, which is a good sign for future expansion. So when we get the landing pad built and get some additional colonists in here, we won't have to worry about that right away. Now, if you recall, we started early on in the previous episode the cargo facility, and we're just slowly working towards that goal. So again, it's probably going to be kind of a slow episode because yeah, we just got the 3 workers. Once we get that landing pad down, fortunately we can control who comes into the colony. So we are going to request a bunch of workers so that we can get this facility here, the processing facility, moving at all times and people mining at all times, and then we'll be moving along a little bit nicer than we are right now. But I don't mind it so much, actually. It's kind of relaxing to have this first stage. We're all set up. There's no impending doom going on. I mean, we could get a strike, but we have spares. We have plenty of them. So we're not actually using our bioplastic and steel to fix those. They actually use spares to fix those. So yeah, we're okay. As long as no one gets killed, we're in good shape. And we don't have to worry about power for a little bit. We don't have to worry about getting an additional O2 generator because we only had 7 colonists. We will after about 30 people, but I don't know. We need to get ourselves about probably like 12 to 18 workers in here, and we'll be jamming. So some of them will be sleeping, some of them will be working, some will be hitting that mine, and then later on we'll get some of the good stuff going on. So we'll be a little more safe, and we'll know when impending doom is coming, and we can make sure people don't get irradiated and all that. Yeah. That does happen, unfortunately. Alright, so let's go ahead and shift gears here really quickly and talk about how the developers seem to be very dedicated to making sure that this game goes off without a hitch. Because since this particular play session, there has been at least 4 to 5 different patches or updates to the game, and that's a lot. I think that's pretty impressive. So normally what I like to do is I go to the Steam info or news about the updates to see what's been changed, what's been fixed, what did they do. And well, because this game hasn't been released, I guess there's no reason for them to put that information up to be public or whatever. So I have to head on over to their website, and it seems like it's mostly just fixed patches. They're not adding additional content right now or anything like that. It seems like just mostly updates and fixes for things that I haven't noticed. I mean, the game, I've played it pretty deeply, and I haven't run into any major issues. I mean, there are a couple of minor things that I've talked about throughout the beginning stages of this Let's Play series, but they're not like game-breaking issues. They're just, they make sense. I mean, there's a reason why the engineers don't operate the machinery in the workers' place and all of that. And I don't know, I really hope that they don't fix the whole, stuff goes bad and then it goes good when it gets into the stock room, because, man, that would be pretty rough, honestly. It'd be pretty rough, because it puts you in a pretty precarious situation, because you know, I don't really so much care about the medical stuff because that can be produced right now. But the spares, those blue boxes with the wrench, or not this wrench, but the gearbox symbol on them right now, if those were to all go bad, I'd be in big trouble, because the solar array and the wind turbine would go kaputski eventually at some point. And I need those things. That's why, you know, that was the very next thing that I decided to build in the colony. I didn't build the landing pad, which I probably should have done before I built the stock facility. Now that I'm thinking about it, it probably would have sped things up a little bit more, and I could have forced those workers in, and then things would have gone maybe a little faster. I don't know. This puts us in a good position anyways. We have to stockpile food for a little bit. That way, you know, we can just kind of watch to see if, as we let people in, if our stocks are diminishing and if we need to make any adjustments to that sort of thing. Plus, I have plenty of room in the bio facility currently to add additional plants in that place, so we're still good. I can set down a couple more drinking fountains inside of the canteen. Unfortunately, the table and the TV don't mix, so I can only have that one table in this canteen, so I would have to build like a bigger one in order to fit more room for people to eat, and that will become an issue later on down the line. But even when I have like 30 people in the colony, I think that one table is going to be sufficient. I mean, they'll just kind of sit on the floor and eat their food if they have to. That's what they do initially when they come in the colony. When they have those like ready to eat meals off the colony ship, they just pretty much go inside the colony and eat right off the floor. So that isn't such an urgent thing. And hey, we're making some progress here. So we need one more piece of metal, and one more piece of bioplastic, and we're jamming, man. And then they can go ahead and build that. So I think I'm gonna make this a little bit longer of an episode than my normal episode length for a series, because I just want to get those things done for this Monday episode. That way, throughout the week, we can move on, because this week the game's going to be released, and I want to get a good portion of the Let's Play done, just so you guys have a good idea of like all the stuff that is capable to happen in this game. Because like there were questions in the comments on the previous episode about the level of depth and stuff in this game, and yeah, even though right now it's slow going, there is kind of a lot of stuff going on in this game that we haven't seen quite yet. And there's also the whole there's like a trading system in this game where it's like traders land, and you can actually sell some of your goods, and you can that's kind of how you get blueprints and stuff for like higher tier things. So yeah, that's like way, again, gotta say it, Startopia-ish, because that's kind of how that game worked. If you wanted blueprints for more advanced things, traders would come in and they would have those things on them. All right, so yeah, this is what I like to see. I like to see these guys working away on these machines. So we got 2 workers, one doing the bioplastic, one doing the metal, and that is definitely good. You got like a piece of ore sitting in this metal processor. Nice. So we probably have another dude in the mine, or he's sleeping. I don't know. We might have to check around and see what's going on. Yeah? Nope, he's in the mine. So if you notice, like as I back my camera away from like certain modules, I think it's kind of like a LOD kind of thing. But as you back the camera away, you can see that the bubbles appear above the structures. And that's kind of how they are initially. Actually, I can hit a button right now that puts the domes on each of the things, but I just kind of leave that off so I can see what's going on inside of my colony. But you can actually have the domes up, and if there's like nothing, you're not doing nothing, you just want to observe your colony kind of thing. But not sure kind of why you would do that. All right, so I'm gonna start prioritizing things, I think. All right, so this is in normal priority mode. Oh no, it's not. I just changed it to high priority mode. When the arrow's pointing down, it's in high priority mode, and when the arrow's pointing up, it's in high or low, normal priority mode. yeah, so see how this is in high priority mode right now. I just want to get those last pieces built. I'm like just trying to make sure that the workers get in here and they're not hauling stuff. We'll make the engineers do it for now because they got nothing to do. They got nothing to do at all. I don't need to really prioritize the mine. Although this workbench still hasn't been built inside of that lab yet. It's not such an issue though. So we have still a bunch of med kits, so we're still good. We're still good. Seems like the biologists are still doing a decent job of keeping up all these plants, even though I only have 2 of them. Later on, that will become an issue if I build more and more plants. And also, another thing I gotta be mindful of is the more plants I have, the more water it requires, because that facility actually uses a lot of the water, way more than the colonists need to drink. So I may need to build an additional water facility, but the landing pad's next, no matter frickin' what. The landing pad is the next thing that's being built. So we can get some more workers in here for sure. And then that'll kind of wrap things. And then after that, the next play session, episode 6, will be caught up to all the patches. Because this play session was pretty much done all at one time. So yeah, like I did everything up to this point in one play session. And then yeah, we'll be all caught up for the next one, and maybe we'll get to see some changes. I don't know, like exactly. Like I looked at the log on the forums on the main webpage, and it seemed like it was just fixes. I didn't see any additions or anything like that to the game. The game is in beta, right? This isn't. You're not getting a early access title here. This is a full-blown title that is essentially going to be finished. This is the extended beta period time for this game. So just so you're aware, you know, this isn't an early access game. So yes. Okay, our power seems to be doing pretty good. We are in the nighttime. Of course, the wind is not kicking up very high, and that generator is doing us good. All right, another piece of metal coming out of the production facility or processing facility, which means we're almost done. As long as he takes that piece of metal to the cargo facility and not to the... Oh no, he's taking it over to the... Where's he taking it? He's taking it to the workbench. No, don't do that. Oh, no, he's not. No, he's not. I was like, oh, crap. I was looking at the wrong bot. I think the other bot was moving like food or something. All right, so cool. And then there is our final piece of bioplastic. We are going to see some things happen in this episode. It is so exciting. I am excited. Ooh. Okay, so here we have a sandstorm. It's imminent. And actually, the sandstorm is happening right now. So if we had a control center with an engineer on the desk, it would actually give us a pretty fairly long warning about disasters. And that's the thing that I worry about the solar flare thing. Hopefully we don't have a solar flare during any time in the beginning stages of the game, because that would again be a situation where we would have to start the game over. That would just be terrible. Okay, so that dude took that piece of bioplastic not over to the cargo facility, but he actually took it over to the oh no. He took it over to the biolab, and then he welded it. No! I just want to see that cargo facility go up. I just want to see it to go up and be operational and all that good stuff. That way we can start getting those cargo pods moved. Now, during a sandstorm, when the colonists are out and about, they do take health damage, and the robots or the bots, they take degradation. They take a lot more degradation than they normally would. And you can see how they move a lot slower. You can see he's really kind of working his way towards the mine. Maybe I should deprioritize the mine and make that worker have the day off. Oh, man. That poor colonist. Well, at least he's not being irradiated. All right. So, nothing in there. Nothing in there. Okay, so I guess the good thing is another rice paddy was finished. So that means that, you know, we're producing twice as much of the byproduct for bioplastics. So in retrospect, I guess that's okay. But right now we're waiting for that to get over there. So who knows how long that's going to take. Who knows how long it's going to take. But, you know, again, I don't mind the slowness. Like, this game is very... To me, it's pretty relaxing. You know, it's not, like, so hard-pressed. I mean, yeah, the initial stages are intense where you have to get everything up and running to self-sufficiency. But once you get there, it's just kind of like... I'm not saying there's not challenge in the game, because there's definitely a lot of challenge. Balancing certain different systems and stuff, but like at this current stage, it's a little bit relaxing. So I don't know if you guys do like things that like, every once in a while, like what I like to do if I'm playing a game like this where there's like some downtime, with the exception, like I've mentioned this before, but you can actually speed up time in this game if you want to like bypass this stuff. I like to play it in real time. That's just me, but something that I like to do personally is like just kind of throw on the TV for background noise kind of thing, and you know, like catch up on some shows while I'm playing the game kind of thing. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm weird, but that's something I like to do until like things happen. Then I'll you know, either turn the TV off or I'll forget to turn the TV off and you know, just keep playing kind of thing with the TV going on in the background, that kind of thing. So that is just what I like to do. All right, come on. One more piece of bioplastic and this thing is ready to go. All right, so it's got, oh, there we go. Yay. All right, so there's the byproduct. Looks like the worker is carrying it over to the machine. Hopefully he won't stick it in there and just walk away from it. Hopefully he will put it in there and actually make it. Now, if you noticed, like a lot of these machines do take quite a while to actually process the materials, which I think is also like not a terribly bad thing. You know, you don't want it to be like too fast, because like if you get through the game and everything so quickly, I mean, I think that makes the game kind of like less fun. You know, if you have everything right away kind of thing. So I think it's good it takes time to like process. Okay, he did exactly what I didn't want to do. All right, so he put it in there and he walked away. And, oh, that's the engineer. That's no wonder. Duh, I should have known better. The engineers don't do any, they don't do the peasant work. What am I talking about? Oh, man. All right, so got another piece of ore coming inbound to the facility. That's good. All right, come on, worker. Get on that bioplastic machine. All right, good. All right, so they're working it. They're working it. All right. Desperately need more workers in my colony for sure. I'm so glad that's something you can control. Man, that would just be it'd be a pain, because like at first I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that in the landing pad, if I didn't know that you could control who comes down. So like you can just have like, there's a percentage of like what type of workers come down or whatever, the default percentage. So no, you'd have a biologist come in here and you have like the engineer come in here, and it's like, man, I don't need any more engineers right now. And you know, it'd be a little frustrating. But I realized there's a panel that you can click to actually change like who comes down, which is like huge. Also, it was mentioned in an earlier episode, couple episodes back, that there is a little arrow indicator in the upper right of the UI that I can change and see my stock levels of each item. And yes, I am aware of that. But right now, I kind of just like to watch this main screen. There is kind of like an info bar that you can check to see. There's all kinds of stats and all that. We'll get into that later. There's stats on like pretty much everything, how everyone's doing, how your colony's doing, and all this stuff. We can take a look at that later. We really don't have a ton going on. I'm just happy that everybody is like functioning, and I'm happy that no one's been killed yet. Because we've actually been running for quite a little while now. Let's see, this is the 5th episode, and each episode is 15, so like it's a half hour, almost an hour and a half's worth of no one getting too detrimentally hurt. I mean, one person was hurt in the mine, but we got that zipped up after a little bit, so no big deal. No big deal at all. So I'd say we're doing pretty good. I have watched a few Let's Plays, and I watched people in their poor colonies fall apart very quickly. Normally, what I think happens is some of the people that play this game, they don't run through the tutorial, and they don't realize that they have that power collector and how detrimental that is to the colony. So what they end up doing is building like a turbine and a solar array. And I also don't think that they realize that you can build different sizes of them, just initially. And then eventually they learn that they can do these things. But that's why I say playing through the tutorial is like critically detrimental to understanding the basic fundamentals, especially when you have a game kind of like this. Like, I kind of antiquate it to like antiquate. Is that proper use of that word? Equate this to like Anno. Anno has a very similar kind of system where it has dependencies on different things. So like when you level up your colonists in there, they require different resources in order to be happy or in order to progress to higher levels. So yeah, you just got to be aware of these different dependencies in these systems. Now with Anno, it's not such a huge thing to go through the tutorial, just because you have a lot of time and it's not so like, it's not so tight. Because like this game, people can die if you don't have everything up that they need. They can die pretty quickly, actually. No power, no water, you're done. Finitos, kind of thing. So that is just something you have to be aware of. But once you got this basic structure up right here that we have, you are good to go. All right, so we have all the pieces of our cargo module up and running. Yay! And I can see that the bot is heading over there to weld everything up. Frickin' lazy engineers. What are they doing? And then I hope the bot's usually a little better than the engineers as far as welding everything. The bot will first weld the main module and then he'll weld the hallway. The engineers usually walk up, they'll weld one piece and go back inside. Oh, that irks me so bad. It irks me. But fortunately, we have the bot out here. So he'll weld this, and then he'll weld the hallway. And then cargo will start a-flowing inside here, and all the bad vegetables that we have in the bottom of the pile. And I don't know what the level... We haven't checked on the cargo level of the spares or the extra food or med kits sitting outside, but I imagine that they're pushing towards the poor vicinity. That's no good. But at least, well, now the engineers have something. They have something to do. They're gonna walk out, and especially my my cargo bot, although has a yellow wrench above his head, so he's gonna fall apart pretty soon. But at least he'll get a couple pieces in here before he goes offline. And hopefully we don't have any disasters. Wind is in full swing. Yay. Almost. So our generator is like slowly decaying opposed to like decaying at maximum rate. All right. So no, the landing pad is not in that one. So there's two different landing pads. There's the starport and there's a landing pad. You got to build a landing pad before you can build the starport. The starport is a much bigger pad that can have bigger ships come in and traders and all of that. You definitely want to have one of those. Now I'm considering kind of wiping out my airlock and building a bigger airlock. But anyway, that will probably be for another episode because I'm pretty much going to wrap this one up now. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Have a great day and take care.